Hey friends, welcome to my page DIY Crafts with Dar. Happy Friday! TGIF! Yay! Woo! Last week was a rough week. This week, I got so much done and I feel so much better. And even though this darn cough hangs on and just sneaks up on me, I have a little coughing fit. I am just so grateful to be better and to feel good. And I'm hoping that you will enjoy this fun little tutorial. We're going to do Christmas. Uh, I know a lot of you have purchased this and you're probably waiting for the tutorial, so we are going to do that today. I have the snowman stander and I have the snow globe stander, so we'll do both of those. And then Tara did ornaments, so they turned out so cute, the little ornaments. So these are available too, but I figured if I do the stander, it's the same. It's just this is a smaller scale. So I figured I'd do the snowman and the snow globe because I can just show you this. They turned out so adorable. So I think she made a dozen of them for me. I don't even know. I have to go back and count. But I want more. And I don't even mind if they're different. So I told her it doesn't matter if they're not identical because people love that. They look through all of them and they pick out the ones that they like. And sometimes for them, it's better that they're different. Okay, I'm sharing the VIP group. Let me get this over to the comments, so I have that. I'm going to get this to VIP group. How is everybody doing? How was your week? Did you accomplish some good things? I did. I accomplished so much, guys. I am so happy. It's time. It's about time. So let me get this onto my charger. My phone always needs to go on the charger. And let me just turn this around. And so I can show you the close-up. Okay, and then we'll show you the close-up of the cute little ornament. So these are the large. There's a large and a small. The small is probably about 1.5 inches shorter, so it's not really that much smaller. But here's the ornament. The ornament's actually pretty decent sized. When I was cutting out the ornament kit for the month, there was enough room to put this on the side, and so I've just been saving those and doing a whole bunch of them as I can. I'm going to go closer so you can see the cute little detail. Isn't it just adorable? Tara did a great job. So I'm really happy with what she's doing. She is working, she'll work for 3 hours in the shop and then go home and paint for 2 hours each day for me. So we're getting ahead for our craft shows. We are. So let me see who's here. Good morning, Carrie. Hi, how are you? How are you doing? Hope you're feeling better. Hi, Julie. Good morning, Laura. Hi, Betty. Hi, Denise. TGIF, girlfriend. So excited that we're at the weekend. Hi, Pam. Hi, Sarah. Thanks for sprinkling, Laura. I appreciate that. Hi, Sherry. Good Friday morning. You made it to the weekend. Woohoo! I know. I'm excited. You know what, guys? I haven't done this in a long time, but I fell asleep. Oh, no, thank you, sir. Siri, go away. Siri's trying to call someone. Let's just do random phone calls. Let's just do that. Let's just call someone that we don't even know. Oh my goodness. They go, there's not a woohoo in your contacts. That's so funny. That's so funny. Good morning, Janine. Hi, Sandy. Hey, Laura. Okay, let me do, what am I trying to do? I'm trying to put myself in the corner. And I did something last night that I haven't done for a long time. I fell asleep while I was painting. So I am making inserts for the window. You know the window that there's inserts. Well, I created one from a truck insert. Okay, so I was looking through, and I love all the ones that the designer has, but I thought, for my area, I need a few that are a little bit different. And my people here love country, Highland cow, chickens, things like that. So I created the Highland cow one from a truck insert, and I was like, I gotta get this painted. And I don't even know how it happened, but I don't know what time I fell asleep, because when I woke up it was only 12:30, which is good, which means I had been asleep for a couple of hours. So I'm like, I'm just going to bed. So I have that project back there halfway. I was hoping to show you it this morning, but I guess I'll just show you on the weekend when I get it done. But I'm going to be creating more window inserts using patterns, combining things. Like I want to do one for the Raggedy Ann that we just did for the truck. I want to do one for the window because I just think that would be adorable. I want to do more everyday ones so that they're not just all seasonal, or they don't all say hello spring or welcome summer, so they can be used year round. So that's my goal, because at my craft shows I'm going to have starting out, I'm going to have 20 of the windows, and then I'm going to have between 4 to 6 of each insert for them to choose from. And I'm thinking maybe I need more than that. I don't want to overdo it and have it just be a flop, but I guess I could always sell it on my website. But I think it would be great for people they come in and they buy the window and they get the first insert, and that's their first investment, and that's $40 and it's all pre-painted. So this is at my craft show. And then the next craft show, they can get 2 inserts and they're going to be $14.99 each. So $15 basically. So then they can get 2 inserts, and the next craft show, they can get 2 more. Or there's those aggressive people that go, I want the window and I want one of everything. So anyways, that's what I'm doing. I'm working on window inserts in my spare time, which I guess I was just tired last night. It's been a long week. There's a lot going on with work, and I'm just grateful that everything is working out. It's just taking time with our conversion we're converting back to the desktop version of QuickBooks, and we're having to have someone help us with that. And therefore, what's happening is I can't do any data entry into the program, because now that we're at a stopping point, it needs to stay the same until it's 100% converted. So I have about a whole week that I can't touch it. So even during the day, I'll be able to do painting. Yeah, I know. It's kind of weird. It's kind of weird to go, I can't do my work because they're doing the conversion. Anyways, let me see this. Sorry, I left off here. Hi, Cheryl. How are you? Carrie says, feeling much better, just still get fatigue. I'm sorry. They told you it could take up to a month to get back to your normal level, but you're very grateful it's not cancer. I am so grateful it's not cancer too. There's too many people having scares from that, and I'm so glad that yours turned out so much better, and you will get back to where you were. You're a strong person, and I know that you're going to get back there. Just take your time. It's not a race. Our bodies need to just heal. So Bridget said, good morning. Hi, good morning. And hi, good morning, Lynn. Denise says it would be cute to make a Peanuts window insert. Yes. So I'm thinking about that. So it definitely would be really cute to make it. I have to make it using the stencils. I can't just create Peanuts characters. That is illegal. And that would be highly frowned upon. But I'm thinking that I wonder if the one where it's all of them walking, that one might fit in there. And then I can have it say anything at the bottom that I want it to say. That part, I can just do the letters. But as far as just cutting out Peanut characters on my own, that would be highly frowned upon. So, yes, I think that maybe the one that would work would be that one. And even just Snoopy with Woodstock would be fun too. I'm thinking of the sizes of what would work. So anyways, look forward to lots more window inserts. I'm excited about this, and I'm not always going to do you a tutorial. Okay, let's get started painting. Gosh, Darlene, you're just talking. Okay, because I'm just so excited about life and everything. And the fact that I'm feeling better. When you're not feeling good, oh my gosh, when you're struggling to make it through each day. Last week, I probably could have pushed myself when I was really sick to do a tutorial, but I knew that I really needed to just conserve my energy and just just sleep, So anyways, let's do this. Let's get these cuties painted. All right, so I'm going to start with this one. We might have to grab another board for for things. Okay, so these are going to go in standers. The little you always know that it goes into stander if it has this little area at the bottom that's kind of a notch. Okay, that's how you can kind of tell whether it is just regular, like the ornament doesn't have a stand at the bottom. It's just flat across. Okay, so this one has a little thing that goes down. So anyways, I'm so excited about all this. It's so much fun to paint Christmas. I love Christmas. Many of you guys love Christmas. Christmas year round. It you know, people think I'm nuts. I was talking about this when I was over in Africa, and I was talking to Nancy about, you know, what I've been doing with a Christmas club year round. She's like, "Oh my gosh, people buy Christmas stuff year round." I'm like, yes, they do. Because we as crafters and creators, we never have enough time to do everything. So why not throw a little Christmas in year round? Okay, I'm gonna put these up here so that I don't wonder where they're at. And then here comes my snowman. I'm like, where do I want to put him? I'll pull him off the board to do his cheeks and everything. Get all my white stuff down here. Oh my goodness. So I just can't believe that I fell asleep painting last night. I hadn't done that in a while. It's just been an exhausting, very full week of work, and I'm just grateful to be better. And no one else got it. I didn't spread it to anybody. My husband didn't get it. My daughter-in-law didn't get it. It was contained to me. Yay. Christmas is your favorite too. Yeah, mine too. I loved when we just did Christmas ornaments year round. Okay, I need to make this smaller so you can see everything. Okay, and then I will turn it, and then I'll go in just a little bit. My stomach is hungry today, guys. I didn't really eat a lot for dinner last night. I didn't feel like it, but this morning, it's probably going to growl. It's probably going to go grrr. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to make you dizzy. I brought in a whole bunch of these. Hi, Lori. How are you? Janine, Charlie hugging Snoopy. Yes. If it's big enough, I have to look at size and the area to fill it up. So, yeah, definitely. I'll look at all of that. I have all of them painted, so I can just put them in there and see how it looks. Good morning, Deb, my sister. Hi, Sandy. Okay, let's get started, guys. Let's do this. All right, so our snow globe, we know what it's going to look like because we have our cute little ornament. In fact, I think that I'll just kind of stick this right up here so that I have it to look at. I'm going to use the colors. Remember I told you, I remember when I initially did the word sander and I mixed my color because I was waiting for this to get here. Waterfall is the perfect color for the background. So I'm going to do my background, and notice there is a lot of dry brushing on here. Tara loves that technique, and you can do dry brushing or you can skip it. Dry brushing always just kind of adds to your project. Sometimes it is really good to do that. Like it looks like a little snowstorm's going on and the tree looks like it has snow on it. Okay, what I will tell you about this paint color is that it absolutely does not cover in one coat. Okay, it's very transparent. That first coat going on, it is very transparent, and you'll go, oh, that's weird. But the second coat is what you need. So, oh, and I got the rest of I need to take pictures, but I got the rest of my patriotic signs painted last night. I got a lot painted last night, but then I promptly fell asleep. That's probably why, because I was tired. Okay, let's do some white. Let's do our snowman. Did I just get paint on me? Got something on me. Hi, Tammy. How are you? All right, so let's do our snowman. We have a lot of white stuff today. So we have this, and we have this, and then we have this. We have all our snowflakes. We have the candy cane. So let's just start over here. I might need more than that. I'm going to try to just spread it on. Guys, I am having a tough time finding good 1-inch brushes, foam brushes. even though, like, last night, of course, I had to just throw those brushes away when I woke up because they had all dried with paint in them. But I like to use my brushes a couple of times at least, and I'm having a tough time finding any that are good quality anymore. I think they're all made in the same factory, and they've let the children start making them. I don't know, I'm teasing, but it could be true, because like this paintbrush is really floppy. It doesn't even hold its shape. Anybody have any good luck with foam paintbrushes? Because for me, it's very frustrating. I buy them 100 at a time, and last night I'm like, well, let's try this other one, and there's like 40 in each box, and I got 2 sets of 40. They're coming today. They're probably going to be the same exact ones. They're just packaged by a different company. They're probably all made in China or Taiwan. That's where this kind of stuff is made, because our American workers probably wouldn't want to work for pennies. Yeah. So, okay, getting all of my white painted. There's a lot of white. There really isn't that many colors on this when you look at the whole thing. Okay. All right. So there's that. Okay. Let's do, yeah, this is really, it's like all bendy. If anybody has a good source for good brushes, let me know, because it's a little ridiculous. Okay, next, let's do the bottom of this. We're going to do it brown, but we're going to kind of water it down. So I'm going to grab a different little dish, and we're going to spray a little bit of water in there, because we're going to also do our base, the bases. So I am going to use, usually I'll grab burnt umber. This one is dark chocolate. It doesn't matter, whatever dark color. And then I'm going to just add a little bit of water to it, because I want this to kind of look like wood. And then I'm going to grab a brush. You found some at Menards that have been decent. Oh, okay. So maybe I need to go to a place like Home Depot. Or maybe I need to look on Menards' website. Because my older brushes, like, I can tell this is one of the older ones. It's not all floppy. They do good. But when I open up the brand new ones, I'm like, this is not, it just doesn't hold up. It's like, I don't know. They're just cheapness. They're cheapness on our little foam brushes. I know they're supposed to be disposable, but for years, we would just wash them and use them over and over and over. Do you use yours over and over, or do you throw them away? I threw mine away from last night because the paint dried in it. Sometimes you just can't get all the stuff out. Like if I use the shimmer with it, then I will just throw it out, because that doesn't come out of it like when I'm painting with chalk paste. Okay, my treat is going to be, I just got a brand new one of these out, Hauser medium green. You buy yours at Ace Hardware. We do have an Ace Hardware. I'll have to go look. We have one right here in Lakeside. It was a regular hardware store, and Ace just partnered with them. So they're kind of transitioning over, but that's a great idea. And also up in Big Bear, there's an Ace. Holly, good morning. How are you? Thanks for sprinkling. Holly says you got some at Walmart back in the paint department. Oh, I'll have to try it. Sarah, Janine says she washes hers. Sarah says Menards too. Okay, yeah, perfect. See, and you know, I go through so many. This one feels fine, but then I'll get to one that's all floppy. Okay, so medium Hauser green is my tree, and it's okay. So Tara didn't do her tree trunk a different color. It's okay. I'm going to though. So I just noticed that it might not be a different color in the sample. The sample might have it. That all one color. So that might be why. I'll have to look and see. I actually have. Oh yeah, on the sample it is just all one color. Okay. All right. Let's do our shovel. Now the handle I need to do white. The top and the bottom are gray. I have my Quaker gray. No, I have my not Quaker. Slate gray. Slate gray. Walmart has better ones in the paint area. Okay, perfect. Reuse. Okay, oops. I need to shake this. Shake, 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 shake. Most people reuse theirs. That's great. I like to reuse mine because I don't like to waste stuff. if I don't have to. And when we used to paint ornaments, gosh, we would go through so many brushes. Okay, so my slate gray, I do need to do the handle white so that I could do my stripes. So let's do the handle. Let's put our first coat of white. Totally forgot about that. We're going to do candy cane stripe. Okay, and then the top and the bottom are slate gray. Boy, do I wish I was going up to my cabin this weekend. But guess what, chicken butt? I get to see one of my good friends, Darlene Keegan, this weekend. Her son is playing baseball close by. So she lives up in in Upland, which is in another area up by LA area in that LA County. So 2 hours away, basically. I get to see her a couple times a year when she comes down. But her son, Doug, is playing in a baseball game. And she invited me. She's like, he's playing down in Chula Vista. I don't know how far away that is. It's 20 minutes from me. I get to see her tomorrow. I'm so excited. So excited. Oh, okay. The buttons are also brown. So let me grab my brown and do his little buttons and these little buttons. Button. Who's got the buttons? So that will be fun. I'm just, it's nice to have friends that you get to visit. Oh my goodness. So she got one of the puppies. She got Gus. I know that she won't have Gus with her, but I'm just so excited to be able to visit with her while her son plays his baseball game and we get to cheer him on. Hi, Shelly. How are you? Okay, black for these. Let's get our black out. We will need to do chiquis and abals. We're doing Christmas today because we can. Because Darlene can get away with doing Christmas in May. I can. You know what? Christmas year round, guys. It doesn't hurt to make a little bit and put it away, honestly. And if you do craft shows, that needs to be your strategy because it sneaks up on you. When you're a crafter that sells at craft shows, you don't stop creating when December's over. You start thinking in January, what am I doing for the next year? And you start planning things out. Okay, let's dry everything. Let's get second coats on. So Darlene Keegan was one of my friends through Chocator, and she has since left, which I'm sad. But we stayed in contact, of course, because the name Darlene. We always would do our Dar pictures whenever we would get together for Chocator or for the Watts of Love weekend. We would do our Dar pictures. And we still do our Dar pictures when she comes down here. We have to. It is tradition. So I will make sure that I get a Dar picture tomorrow. The game starts at 9 o'clock, which isn't too early because I don't mind getting up and driving over there. Get up at 8 o'clock, eat my breakfast, be out the door and down to see her as Doug warms up and gets ready for his game. So I am not sure who the game is through, but Doug has his challenges, and so he I don't know if it's through Special Olympics or if it's through another program, but I am so excited because I think it's wonderful that he is able to do those things and that his mama supports him 100% and encourages him to get out there and do things. So yeah, he's a pretty special boy. So anyways, that's my day tomorrow. What are you guys doing? And then after that, I'll just be painting my windows, my window inserts, because I'm really excited about them. I'm excited about all the new stuff and the possibilities to just create. The funny thing is I love the trucks and I love the inserts for the trucks, but it never caught on here. A lot of people take the trucks to the craft shows and sell them with the inserts, but it never became a thing here, and I don't know why, but everywhere you go is going to be a little different. You know, I feel like this is not what I want it to be. So it needs to have a little bit more on it. It needs smoothed out. So I'm really hopeful that the windows will be what people like. You could actually hang the window on the wall, or you can just have it sitting on the shelf. That's what I love about it. Is I'm going to get another brush. I cannot do this. It just like, there you go. It doesn't even stay. Hello, where's another brush? There has to be another one in here somewhere. Okay, here's one. It's probably going to be the same way because I can tell it's brand new. It's a brand new one. So let me know what you guys are doing tomorrow. I love to know what my friends are up to. And are you having craft shows? Are you having parties, get-togethers? Are you getting ready for graduations? Those will be taking place soon. I was just talking to Tara. Their graduation isn't actually till June. So some areas are different. Some areas they graduate in May. And here it's pretty much the second week of June is when everything is taking place. And I can't believe it that my youngest granddaughter here, Kaylin, is going to be a freshman in high school. She's trying out for the cheer team. She is a really good gymnast, and she's very small, so she will be a flyer. If you know what that is, you know what it is. If you have a grandchild or a child that's been a flyer, it can be scary, but she's very tiny and petite, and she's just practicing with the high school now. And when she went in there, the girls are like, I want you to be my flyer. I want you to be my flyer. Because, you know, a lot of girls are the base, and they are the ones that protect the flyer and throw the flyer up and catch the flyer. They love it when they have a tiny petite girl because that you don't have as much effort. And all of her friends from the previous years are like, nope, she's ours. We get her. It's kind of funny. But I'm looking forward to being able to see her progress with high school, with cheerleading. She's been doing it with her Pop Warner, and then they had it's kind of like club, I don't know, cheering. They've gone places. They went to Orlando, they've gone to Las Vegas. So yeah, it's kind of interesting what's going on with her. The boys, Tara's boys, had tried sports. It wasn't really their thing, which I respect that. You know, you don't always have to do a sport. Sometimes you just are in a club, or sometimes you just enjoy doing your work in school, and that's it. You know, you don't always have to be involved in everything. My kids were always in some type of sport, and I was always busy carting them back and forth and going to games, and I thought that it would be that same way with my grandkids, but nope, it is not, and that's okay. All right, let me look at the comments here. Kirsten and Janine. Kirsten and Janine are headed to Salt Lake to shop and have some girlfriend time. Oh my gosh, how fun. I'm excited for you. Have tons of fun. Sarah says we're going to John's hometown for our Flower Girls son's graduation. Oh my gosh, that's how exciting. Not exactly what you want to do, but it's for, yes, exactly. We do those things, don't we? Doris says Visalia participates in the Miracle League, which allows people with developmental disabilities such as Down syndrome to play baseball. Oh yeah. So that's really awesome. I wonder if it's like that. I will report back on Monday and let you know, because I am curious. Okay, everything is painted twice. I'm going to dry it. We'll see. I don't know if we'll need another coat on our white. Sometimes white looks blotchy, but we're going to play it. We're going to dry it and see. There goes that cough. Right on cue during the drying process. I think it's gonna be okay. Once it's all, yeah, I think we're gonna be okay. Oh, there's a hair in there. Hello. I'm donating my DNA to this snowman. Maybe it will make him come alive. How funny is that? Okay, so things that we need to do. We have some dry brushing to do. We have cheekies and eyeballs to do. We have some stripes to do. Okay, and then we can do our inking. Your granddaughter is going into 8th grade. But she made sure that, oh, nice. That's awesome. I don't know when my granddaughter finds out. I know they still have quite a few practices. I'm going to scooch this up so that I want to take these and do my cheekies and my eyeballs and my stripes. Okay, so I'm just kind of trying to push everything else out of the way so I can work on the things that I need to do. Okay. All right, so I have, for this one, it's larger. Okay, so remember our blenders and the little blenders that I had? They actually come with bigger things that you can use for the cheeks. So I don't use these for blending. Remember we were blending the edges? I use these for cheekies. Okay, so instead of having the little dauber, that dauber's not big enough. I have a little dauber for here, which is perfect, and then I'll use this for the cheekies. Okay, I need paper towel. And then I do need to grab a color for the cheeks because guess what? I didn't do that. And I am going to stick with what we used on here. So Tara used red. Okay, so we're going to stick with that. And that was probably Tuscan red. So I'm just looking over here for Tuscan red. Or anything close to it. All right, where are you? Here we go. Oh, no, that's tomato red. I don't want tomato red. I will just take country red. That will be fine. Country red, you're going to be the one. Okay, so I do need this back. I forgot. Okay, just so you guys can all see. I need red. I need red for my stripes. Oh my goodness, I do need Tuscan red. Let me just look again. I found it. Okay, I want to stay consistent with all of my stripes. Okay, so Tuscan red for my cheekies. I'll do the eyeballs, and then we'll do our stripes. How about that? Okay, so all right. Let's do the little snowman first. Here's my little dauber. So, okay, Barb, how are you doing? So here's the funny thing about my granddaughter. She'll be a freshman. But when they try out, they actually can place them on any of the cheerleading teams, the freshmen, the JV, or the varsity, depending on where they think that they should be. And she's really hoping that she just makes JV or freshman, because varsity, they're cheering all the time at everything. And she wants to be able to sit in the stands and be able to do, enjoy part excuse me, part of her high school years instead of having to cheer at everything. Okay, so I'm putting paint on there, but then I'm getting off as much as I can. I kind of don't want it to be really bright. So use your paper towel to get off what you can. And then I'm just going to kind of go in a circle and get the size of cheekies that I want. We do need to draw on our mouth on this one because it's X's. Okay, so I will, I'll do the eyeballs. We'll dry this. We will do, I don't feel like I need to go over the little star thing there. I think it still shows up fine, but I definitely feel like I need to go over the X's because some of them blended in with the cheeks. So let's do the eyeballs. I need my little, for this one, I'm actually going to try to pull a paintbrush out that has an end that I can do it. This one I'm going to use the stylus to do. So I got my little eyeballs. The next one it would be kind of tricky to do with that. I do need a brush to do my stripes, which I did not grab a brush, but I'm sure there's probably one in here. Okay, so here's one that has a rounded end that I can do, so I'm not having to do too much. So I'm still going to go in a circle, because instead of just doing a dot, because it's a little bit bigger than the end of that. Just kind of drawing it the size. Okay. And then let's dry that, and then I'm going to do the X's, and then we'll set this to the side. We'll do our stripes on our candy cane and our little shovel. Doing well. Ordered a few cents. Oh, good. That's nice. I know. You know what? I didn't push this this last launch very hard. I'm sorry. If there's stuff that you wanted, definitely grab it. I know some of you guys did. It's hard for me because I don't like to be the salesman type person. But what I do like to do is I like to show you ideas on how to use them. So I do, myself, I do order one at each one. And I try to make it through all the stencils, but here's the thing. I feel like they've had so many launches lately that it's going to take me a lifetime to make it through all of the stencils. Honestly, there's just so many. So the ones that I really love, those are the ones that we're going to do. The ones that I don't love so much, they will be sitting there waiting for a day when I just need something. Today I thought about doing a Chocateur project, and I'm like, no, we need to do these because so many of you have ordered these and are waiting for me to do a sample for you. I am going to go ahead and do this. I am going to go ahead. Okay. All right. So we have our face done on there. I think I want to do a little white highlight in the cheekies. A lot of times I will. So just a little bit of white paint there. Gonna take my stylus and I'm gonna just stick it in the paint and do a little white highlight here and here. And then over here on this side. Okay. All right. So these are done. I'll stick those up there. I will try to dry it quickly to get the little dot done. Now let's do our stripes. So stripes are sometimes not fun, but you know, they make it look so cute. Now, if you want to use markers, sometimes people will use acrylic markers. You can do that. If that is what makes it easier for you, acrylic paint markers are absolutely fine for this part. I've known people that just use Sharpie markers on this part because their hands aren't as steady with the paintbrush. That's okay. You do what works best for you. There's no wrong or right when it comes to creating. We all must choose what works best for us. And same with colors. You know, maybe you don't like my color palette. You don't have to use it. You are welcome to do any color. Maybe you like purple on your Christmas stuff. Use what you love because you're the artist. You're going to make those choices. I know what my customers like. So I will choose what my customers like. And my area is more countryish. My customers love rustic, but they also love the country style look. And traditional too. So I tend to go with that. I don't do crazy colors. I don't do purples. I don't change up my color palette. I want everything to kind of blend at my craft show. Okay, those stripes were easy because they're wide. Okay, we'll set that there. We'll dry that in a second. Now I have my little candy cane. So what I'm doing, I'm looking, where's my first stripe start? It's the second one. So I will just kind of do my stripes. This is a little angle brush, okay? So angle brushes work great for these small areas. If you don't have an angle brush, you should invest in one. This one came in a set off of Amazon, and I really like all the it's all angle brushes that are different sizes. So you don't have to spend a fortune. I believe this whole set was like 5 brushes for $8.99, which seems like a great price because sometimes at the craft stores, I'll pay $2.99 for just one angle brush. So, but they last a long time. Take really good care of these brushes. These are the kind you don't want to fall asleep while you're painting with these because you would cry. Your brush, these type of brushes are more expensive. Your foam brushes, it's okay. Throw them away if you need to. These brushes, you're going to have them for years and years and years if you take good care of them. So always wash them right away. Don't let that paint dry in it. And I try not to let the paint go all the way to the end of the bristles. Okay, so you don't want it to get down there. I just put it on the end of the paintbrush, if that makes sense. Okay, I'm going to stick this back on here so that I can dry it and it doesn't fly everywhere. And then we do have to do some dry brushing on here. So let's dry this first. Dry the white, dry the red, dry the little white dots. Okay, we're done. Okay, so we're gonna do dry brushing. So dry brushing is like on here, how you see how it goes like that, the dry brushing across. So I'm not gonna dry brush everything. But I'll dry brush the things that I feel like need to be dry brushed. Of course, white's not going to be dry brushed because guess what? It's not going to show. But pretty much everything else will be dry brushed except for the white. So we could probably actually move our white stuff to the side so that it's not in the way. Okay, I might get a little crazy with this. Let's just move these. Okay. All right. So got my brush. This is just a scruffy brush. We're going to let's bring this whole thing down. I also like to dry brush my bases when I am when I'm dry brushing other things. I will dry brush the base as well. So, okay. I'm going to grab a little thing Madigi. These are great. I love our Takatour little palette dishes. You can also get little dishes, usually like little round ones at the Dollar Tree. So whatever you have, or Walmart, whatever you have that will work, or a little paper plate. Okay. So I'm going to take my paper towel. We're going to put paint on. We're going to take paint off. Okay. So paint on here on the brush, and then we're going to put it onto the paper towel and get off as much as we can. Hence the word dry brushing. You want your brush to basically be dry. And then I'm going to go in certain directions. I'm going to move this because I don't want to get stuff all over it. Let's just put it right here for now. So this I want to go sideways like it is a snowstorm. It is snowing out there. And I'm also putting some onto the edge of the snow globe, okay? Sometimes less is more. You don't want to cover it completely. You want to kind of just do wispies on it. I'm going to go back and forth on this, okay? So I'm just using my wrist to kind of flick it back and forth. Now, on here, I want to go up and down, okay? So I'm choosing my direction because I don't want everything going across, okay? This, I'm just going to kind of go back and forth. And here, I'm going to go this direction. My tree, I'm going to go up and down. And I'm going to put a little bit on the nose. And I'm going to do my letters. I'm going to do my buttons. So I do end up getting some onto the tape. Okay, so my tape is almost ready to be redone. Okay, and then the earmuffs. Okay, so this just adds a little bit of dimension to it. If you want, oh, actually the top is going to have the snow on it, which is here. Okay, so that looks like enough. Darlene, stop. Okay, hi Marilyn, how are you? Hope you are doing okay. Hope your doctor's appointment went well. Now I'm going to dry. So we've dry brushed, and then we're going to ink the edges. Okay, so let's dry everything. Dry brushing, it doesn't take much to dry it because it really is just dry. Like I could put my hand there. There's no paint coming off, but it's damp. Okay, so I don't want to ink on anything that's damp like that, because I don't want to risk that the white paint is still a little bit wet and would go onto my ink pad. I have actually ruined a couple of ink pads because I was impatient. So let's just go around one more time. Okay. All right. Very good. Now let's do this. We're gonna do these first, of course. Let's just scoosh this up and let's do our bases and glue them together so that they will be dry and ready when it's time. So, all right. Turn, turn, turn. Okay. All right, so make sure when you look at it, just make sure it goes all the way through, because sometimes the little slot is offset. It's not always centered. Sometimes there's a reason for that. On these, they are centered, but sometimes on a project like some of the Snoopy ones, they were offset because of what was going on with the project. So kind of wiggle it in place, and then we'll line it up. Make sure it's all completely lined up and that you can see completely through it. I'm going to set it to the side. Make sure it's all lined up. And then there we go. So those are done. Those will be drying. Now we're going to take everything off. So here's what we do is we build our project. So we're going to put everything on here. And that way we know, did we do everything correctly? Did we get the right colors on there? Do we need to do anything else? Okay, here's our little sample that we're looking at. So we kind of know where all our little pieces go. And then we're going to ink the edges. So don't worry if you think it doesn't look like it's supposed to yet. It's not, because there's more to come. More to come. Okay, all of our little snowflakes on here. That one goes there, and then is there another one? Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. And then on here, I feel like there's an extra snowflake. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe that snowflake goes somewhere. Yeah, I might just have an extra snowflake in there for no reason, for no good reason at all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'd like to count it again. If I keep counting it, then maybe it'll change, right? Here's the buttons and the nose, and then burr goes at the bottom. And this way we know that everything is the correct color. I don't even know where that little one goes. That is so weird. It's an extra. It probably jumped out of another project, honestly. Okay, and then this goes here. Okay, so we know everything looks good there. Everything looks good here, and I do have ribbon. I'm going to put ribbon around his neck. I'm going to plug in my glue gun right now. I will need that. We're going to ink everything. Okay, this is a longer project than I thought. Okay, scooch that up. Let's go in a little bit closer. So, all right. Yeah, it's taking a little bit longer. I was trying to stick with short projects all week because of the coughing fits I was having. But hey, it's working out. It is working out just fine. Okay, just inking all my edges. I know you can't really see that there's ink on here, but I can see it, and it's worthwhile doing. Okay, every little piece is going to be inked. So we'll do that, and then we'll probably glue this one together first so that we can, well, have the ribbon on it. I don't ink my snowflakes. So I lied. Not every little piece is going to be inked. I just feel like they just need to stay white. They don't need to have ink on them. If you want to put shimmer on them, that would be really cute, but I don't want to have to put shimmer on every single one of my projects. So I'm going to skip shimmer this time. Sometimes I'll do it on certain things. Last year we used the shimmer frost on many things, but you don't have to. You can These are small, the little buttons. You can do it however you want to, okay? It is totally up to you. And guess what? I need to do this other little snowflake at the bottom. Since I did the one on this cheeky, I need to do this one here too, because I want it to look the same. Okay, so let me just grab my marker and I will just do that right now. There we go. Okay. You think you did extra too? Yeah, I don't know. That's just extra for some reason. I no idea. It's okay. Yeah. It's all right. If I figure out a place to put it, I will. Okay. So, let's keep inking everything. As I cough. I'm not going to ink the black. You know what? It's going to be fine the way it is. Okay, so we're going to leave that. And we're not inking the snowflake. That's going to go to the side. Okay. And we are going to ink this, but the top part has snow on it, so I don't have to worry about that. And do the base. It doesn't have to be perfect. I could just kind of go over it. These are so cute, guys. I love them. And I love the standing snow globe. I think it worked out perfectly. I love to change up patterns and make them into something different. Oh my goodness. Okay. And I did not put there on the sample, there was wire. There's, I don't do everything exactly the way that the picture shows. When you get it, your ribbon's going to be different than what I had. Where'd my ribbon go? Oh my gosh. I had my ribbon. Hello. Oh, that's so funny. I'm missing my ribbon. Oh, here it is. Over here. Okay. I'm like, where did I put it? I knew I had it when I started. Okay, let's glue this one together so it can be dry, and then we can put our ribbon on it. So let's do that one first. So things that I can just put some glue up here. I can put glue here, on here. I can do the easy stuff first, and then I will grab my little sponge. Okay, so this goes right here. And then we'll put the snow at the top. You could put the snow on first if you want to. Here's his buttons. Here's his nose. And then earmuff. Now, these go a certain way. Kind of have to just kind of try them to figure it out, honestly. Because they do just fit a certain way. Maybe that one goes over on that side. Yep. Okay. And then this one goes over here. Okay. Just like that. Perfect. Okay. And then this snow goes at the top of the shovel. Okay. And then I have my little sponge. Hi, Jenny. How are you? We're doing Christmas because it's never the wrong time of year to do Christmas. Oh, okay. All right. Now, let's do our snowflake and our burr. Okay. Here's our snowflake, and here is burr. Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay, so he's all glued together. Now, I have to do the bow around his neck and all of that. So I'm going to let it sit while we do this. This one here. We're going to glue this together. And hopefully by the time we're done here, we can work with that one and not have things move on us. Our tree and our snowman. Those are the easy things. Okay. And then we'll need to get the rest of it on there so that we make sure it all lines up. Okay, that's the easy part. Next comes, hello. You have to have the lid off, Darlene. Okay, then this goes right here, and then quickly do the bottom part. Now remember, there is a base, so this doesn't go to the bottom, it goes right to here, and then you have that little part that sticks out that's going to go into your base. So just line this up perfectly, line that up perfectly, get your tree and your snowman where they're supposed to be. Okay, and then this will go here. We have this, this, that. So buttons and nose. Button, button. Who's got the button? Do you guys remember playing that? I don't even know why we played games like that, but it was kind of fun. Or telephone. Did you ever play telephone? Okay, this doesn't have any ink. Oh, no, it's not that it doesn't have any. It doesn't have any dry brush. Oh, wow. It will be fine. I must have dry brushed the wrong side. I remember playing it in church. Our church group, button, who's got the button, and then also telephone tag, or you would start out with one, with a saying, and then you whisper it in the other person's ear, and you hope that by the time that you get to the end that the message is the same, but it's not, and it's usually funny. It's usually hilarious what they said. Okay, that's not the right one. Oh, this goes here. Okay, perfect. The big one goes over there. Oh my goodness. So many snowflakes. He's just a flaky guy. I don't really want to put the extra one on there because I want it to be consistent every time that we make these. Now, this is the large one. Like I said, the smaller size is about 1.5 inches shorter. I do 2 different sizes because not everybody wants the large one. But then I have to paint a sample for you. So, okay, so there's that. Let's let that sit for a minute before we put in the base. Okay, this one, let's do our little stuff here. You love telephone tag. It always, yeah, it was always so funny. I'm not coughing as much. No, I'm not as much. And this is how much water I have left, like 2 drops. I'm going to drink it. Every day I'm getting a little better. Jenny says you're great. Christmas is always in. Busy making product. You'll be picking up perfect on your way to the Elkhorn. Oh, nice. Yeah, I saw that event. I hope it goes well for everybody. I've never done that one. I've been invited, but I have never done that one. I hope that you guys do really good. Have you done it before, Jenny? I think that's the one. I think that possibly the pen guy used to do that one, I think. Okay, so you don't want to tie a bow. Okay, snowmen don't really wear a bow on their neck. They wear a scarf, and I did way too long. I'm thinking what I meant to do was this is a bow over it. Okay, so let me show you what my inspiration is, what I had to look at for the sample that was painted, but I don't want to do the wire. And I just thought, oh, maybe that's where I was going to put, I think that's where I was going to put the little snowflake on it. Okay, so I'm going to tie this in a knot. This is his scarf, and I'm going to do a bow over it. Okay, so that's what I was thinking. Now I'm going to cough for you. Okay. All right, Jenny, I'm going to put some flyers out there for you, if you don't mind. Do they have a place there to put flyers at for upcoming shows? Even though you're not in the shows, would you mind taking some of my flyers? And we don't know that you're not going to be in the show. It's just at the moment you're not. If I get an opening, then you will. But if you don't mind taking some flyers, that would be amazing to just get them out there. Okay, so I'm going to tie a little bow. And then I'm going to tie a little bow. And then I'm going to put this, I think that's what my intention was. I was just trying to do it a little bit different on here. So, first time got their May event, but you found Victorian. Oh, yeah. Yeah. You've always done good. I know I've been invited before, but... And this would have been good, but it's so hard. I wasn't even thinking about doing any events after just getting back from Africa. The last time I went to Africa, I had jet lag for months. Do you guys remember that? And I actually went to the doctor because I thought that I had some weird African disease, but she said no. Sometimes people have jet lag for months. So today is your 16th heavenly anniversary. Oh, Bridget, I'm sorry. And your birthday's tomorrow. That's so hard. I can't imagine. Thank you, Deb. Thanks. I'm almost done with them. Sometimes I talk too much. Yep. Okay. A little bow. So raffia bow, then another bow. This is going to go on here. I'm going to layer it. I'm going to glue that on there, and then I'm going to put the snowflake. That's why I had the snowflake. Okay. Let me grab my glue gun, and we will glue this in place. So I'm just going to put some glue right here on that, and then I'll press this down. Okay, so this is why I chose to do shorter projects all week, because I wasn't coughing as much. Okay, so I'm going to move the tails. I'm going to actually glue the tail down. I'm just putting a little bit of glue underneath of that to glue the tail down so that it is out of the way. And there we go. Okay, so I got that, and then I'm going to put this over the top of it, and then I'm going to put a little snowflake. That was my idea. You don't have to do all this. You can do just the black if you want and save the other stuff for something else. I am going to glue this on. Don't get the glue on your fingers. Okay, and then I'm going to grab a squeegee because, hello, I don't want to stick my fingers in this. I'm going to push down really hard with the squeegee to get everything down. There we go. Perfect. Perfect, guys. All right. Now we can put them in their bases. Now, I like to always try the base and make sure that it works. Make sure I don't have to do a little bit of sanding, because sometimes you do. Sometimes maybe you offset it and it shouldn't have been. Okay, so that one goes in nicely. Okay, so I'm going to put a little bit of glue. Yeah, if you have to. There's been times when I've had to actually chop some of it off because I glued it together wrong, the base. Okay, that's going down in there, and then we'll put hot glue back here to help it stay. Okay, now let's try this one out. Thank you, guys. I love it. No place for flyers. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Okay, so I'll just put a few out there. I won't put a ton. I might even come over and see you guys. See if there's other vendors that do my show that need flyers, because if you are in charge of a craft show, getting flyers out there is the best thing that you can ever do to help advertise. You can do it on social media, but getting flyers in people's hands is what's so important to do so that they can put on their fridge. Oh yes, we're at the end here. I'm gonna start hacking a lot. Sorry about that, guys. But you know, it's the cough that hangs on for a couple of weeks. I knew that would happen. Okay, I'm gonna run hot glue along the back. You know, I'm always happy to put flyers out for anybody, because I know that is how we advertise best, and it's the least expensive way to advertise. I also do a mailing, and my mailing costs me almost $3,000 now to mail out for the Chula Vista show. I am trying to wean it down, and I'm working very hard. By the end of this year, I will have my list down to the ones that I've only been attending for the last couple of years. And if they haven't been to my show in 3 years, their name is being taken off the list, because we're paying like 50-something cents to do it. Okay, putting my hot glue there so that it stays and that base doesn't get detached. If it's for yourself, you don't have to do that. But if you're taking this in and out at a craft show, it will have wear and tear on it, and potentially the base could detach, so I always use hot glue. Okay, guys, I'm done. Oh, yes. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, let me invite you up to me. I don't do outside shows very often. I'm not good at setting up quickly. So it gets frustrating to me doing an outside show and then people start trying to shop in your booth. That's like a no. It doesn't work for me. Look at how cute this is. Oh my gosh. And these turned out perfect. Oh, what I didn't do on this was the little polka dots, but I kind of like it that way. If you want to add, see how Tara has the little polka dots on there. If you want to add that, you absolutely can. I think these are just so stinking cute for Christmas. So if you want these, I'm going to give you the link to where these are at. So these are the add-ons for this month's Christmas kit. So sometimes it's hard to find them. I probably should put them also in just a Christmas section. Come on, open please. Hello. I'm gonna direct you to the Christmas section. Okay, so that's where these live. I'm almost done. If my throat could just hang on for another second here. Okay, there is the link for that. Okay, and then these were the ornaments that we made. So these were the ornaments. We made those last week. Okay, and we made this last week. So those things are in that same section. So grab them if you don't have them. We are 100% caught up with all of our orders. So anything that comes in today will probably go out today. All right, I love you guys. Hope you have a fantastic weekend. I will see you on Monday. I am going to get so many things done this weekend. I'm so excited.